back to your movement snack time. Here we go. We did the warm up for our walk or our run. Let's cool down and stretch. Before you sit down on your couch, in your computer chair, whatever it is, before your muscles try to absorb all that lactic acid you just created, let's give it some time to let it cool down, flush. So we're gonna start off, say you're still warm, just took off your jacket, you took off your shoes. Don't sit down, grab a foot, bring your knees together. And if that's not feasible for you, you can always post your foot up on a chair and you'll still get an incredible stretch from the leg. But if you can, grab your foot, push your foot heavy into your hand. You may even get a little hamstring cramp like I just did. Ooh, just knock it out. Come back in and squeeze your butt cheek to bring the knees together, knees facing down. And if you can, go for a little bit more of a stretch. Push your foot into your hand. I know, no balance, right? We have those days. Take your other hand out there for balance. Take some deep breaths here. Optimal time to stretch, whatever you have time for, right? Don't make it complicated, but if you need a time, 20 to 30 seconds on each muscle. Here we're doing the whole front of the leg, we're hitting the foremuscle, we're hitting the psoas. Great. My system, do one side, then go down the other. So here we go, we're gonna take that foot in front of us. You're gonna hinge back at your hips and think about a big wad of gum on your heel. You're gonna post your hand on the bent leg so you don't put any pressure or load on that knee. And you're gonna sit back like you're trying to peel that gum off your shoe, right? Feel that pressure just all the way up from the calf, all the way up to the glutes. If you feel it just in the calf, maybe that's where you're tightest. Nothing wrong with that there. Taking deep breaths, 20, 30 seconds if you like. Lift up that big toe and attempt to reach it, right? So reaching for that big toe. And yes, your back can round here because the focus here is mainly that lower leg, right? Taking some deep breaths, lifting your chest, prying, and trying to flatten out that lower leg, that calf muscle, gastroc. Good, so take a few taps there, right? We're gonna still work with that same leg. I want you to step it back. You can come all the way down to a lunge, fantastic. If not, I'm gonna come down partially, stick a pillow under your knee, stick a pad, maybe a couch cushion, and think about going straight down, squeezing that glute and getting the front of the hip a little more. Like our warm up, you're gonna reach across, pull your wrist to try to open up that whole like lateral seam of your body. So now we're getting to the lats, the triceps, shoulder, all the way down the outside of the hip. You keep pulling and pulling, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Feels good, right? Release, you're gonna shake it out. We're gonna hit the top of the foot now. So I want you to push your toe down into the ground and then slide down. Now you can take your shoes off here and I'm gonna just roll from my big toe to my pinky toe. And we're in that flexed position as we're walking. So it gets a lot of stretch in the top of the foot. This is just such a great stretch to release that. You know, there you go. Not very many things to do here, right? Shake it out, go all the way to the other side. I'll do it with you. Just a reminder here, knees to knees. Grab your foot, push your foot into your hand, get a little resistance. If you do any yoga, of course, you know this position right here, not necessary at all. Just open it up, taking that time to take care of your body to stay out of injury. All right, we're gonna go for that hinge, stagger that stance, push the hip back. Maybe you've got bazooka gum on the bottom of your heel. Really pull it back. Again, hands on the opposite leg. And pulling. Should feel really good. And then you're gonna come down and lift that big toe, grab the toe, let the back round if it needs to. Take some deep breaths in. Feel that calf. Who doesn't have that tightness down there from standing, from sitting, all the walking? And then do some toe taps there. And heck, while we're down here, let's just stretch the top of that foot since we were talking about feet. Roll thinking about your posture. You're not just slumped over and totally tired. Just take time to be a little bit more intentional with your body position. Good. So we're going to go down to that lunge. You come all the way down with me. You still think about stacking the knees and the hips and the ankles. This way, if you're on the ground, you can tuck that toe and you can push into the floor and get a little more resistance and maybe even more stretch, right? I feel this more than I do in that suspended lunge. Do what's best for you, right? When you exhale, you let things align, you let things stretch out. When we're stretching the front of the hip, we need to contract that opposing muscle, so really think about squeezing the glutes. Excellent. Come on up. Just roll the shoulders. Take care of those legs, take care of those feet. Warm up, stretch before those walks. Great. See you later. See you next time.